Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So I have a couple new products today, so I'm very excited. So the first up I have is the Natasha Denona High Blush. This is the High Blush Cloudy Cream Cheek Duo. They have 6 shades. This came out last week and they have 6 shades. I received one of them. I did receive this in PR. I was gifted this from the brand in exchange for a TikTok, which I did create, and I also posted it as a short. I'll post it up here. And but this video is not sponsored. So this was gifted to me. They chose the shade. So they chose the shade, and they chose the shade Flirty Flush, which actually was not the shade I would have picked, but I really like it, and I'll talk about it. And I'm kind of glad they picked one for me, because they picked something that I didn't pick, and I don't have anything like this in my collection. So we'll talk about that. And then I did purchase 2 of the new liquid contours from Rare Beauty. So this is the Soft Pinch Contouring Liquid, or Liquid Contour. I was looking at the other side. I got the shades Solace and Mellow, which are the light and medium shades. I'll talk about that. There is the lightest shade. I didn't pick that one up. I was gonna pick up 2 shades, and I really wanted to pick up 3, but I just kind of really needed to be smart about it. So I picked up 2, and I got these 2. So I'm gonna compare them. Also going to do swatch comparisons to these with the 3 from Charlotte Tilbury and the 2 that I have from Tarte. So they're all liquid contours, and wanted to compare them. So I do have some swatch comparisons for those, but yeah, let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, I did want to mention I did pick this up, this little set from Sephora. This is the Rare Beauty Selena's Essential Eye Duo. I love the Rare Beauty mascara. It's been a favorite. I haven't had one in a while. I have a couple minis, and I have a mini. That's what I used today. I didn't use this one, but I love getting I got a sample size. So this is like a mini, and then they have the deluxe. I like getting mini mascaras because I get so many, and I try to go through them pretty quickly, but this is one of the best mascaras. This is the only thing I like more. I like the Cali Ray if I need a waterproof mascara, and I also love Thrive, but I just used this one today, and I hadn't used it in a while, and it is so good. It really is, and I think I like it more than the Thrive Cosmetics. So I wanted to pick this up because of this, and I was just like, okay, I've never tried their shadow stick, so I thought I should try it. And this was $28. It's a $33 value, but it's on sale for $19.60. So I went ahead and picked it up. Glad I did. So I used the eyeshadow stick. Now I just did a shadow stick and eyeshadow single shadows declutter, and I talked about how I don't really use eyeshadow sticks, but I hadn't used this one, so I thought I would try it. This is really good. This is really good. I think it has a sharpener. Yeah, it has a sharpener at the bottom. So I used the tip. This is all I used on my eye. I did line my upper waterline with some black eyeliner, but this is what I have on my eyes, and I also used it to line the bottom. That's all I used. I used this and the mascara. Really great set. So this is like really great. I'm really anxious to try this. I like this shade. So this is the shade Perspective, which is a deep golden olive. So it's a color that I don't really have. If I have something, I don't have it too many of, or maybe I have it like in probably the Charlotte Tilbury. There's probably a shade that's very similar to this in Charlotte Tilbury that I have, because I have all the shades, but I really like it. So really great that I'm glad I picked this up. I love the mascara. So this is a limited edition. It's on sale, so I don't think it's going to be around for much longer. So I did just want to mention it because I think it is a really great set for under 20 bucks. Yeah, pick it up if it's still available. So just wanted to mention that. Okay, so let's talk about the liquid contour first, because I'm going to put it on. So this is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contour. This is $28. I don't have a full size of the blush because I tend to get all the mini sizes. I did get a full size of the Joy, but it was a shade that I really wasn't reaching for, and I just kind of prefer the minis because they work so well and they're so pigmented. So I ended up gifting it to a friend, but I think these are a little bit bigger. These are $28, and I know that's more than the blush, but I think these are a little bit bigger. This is 0.503 fluid ounces. So if anybody has it, let me know in the comments below. Am I losing my mind? Is it bigger than the regular blush, or is it the same size? I don't know, but I think it's a good amount. It's a good size, and it's $28. So compared to the other 2 I'm going to be comparing to, as far as like shades, this is going to be, less expensive. I also love the applicator. Like that's the thing that I don't like about the other two. I love this applicator. This is great. I love the one from Moira, which is I used up. It's like $8. It's a really great liquid contour, very similar format, and it's very similar applicator. And I use that whole thing up, and I can see myself going through this really quickly, mainly because I prefer the applicator. That really will make a difference for me. So I haven't used it. I've only swatched it. But here are the swatches compared in natural sunlight. So you'll see on the left is going to be Mellow, which is light, and that's described as a cool brown. And then on the next one is the Solace, which is medium, which is a cool taupe. So those are the two shades that I have. So here are the swatches from their website, and this just there's 7 shades. So it's Gentle, which is fair cool taupe, Mellow, light cool brown. I have that one. Solace, the other one I have, which is medium cool taupe, Serene, which is a medium brown, Tranquil, which is a medium deep, that's a cool brown, and then Peaceful, deep, that is a neutral brown, and then Sublime, which is also for deep, and that is the cool brown. So really great shade range here, and these are cool tones, but there's different types of cool tones. So there's a cool taupe and a cool brown. Now looking at it, I probably should have gotten the Gentle, which is the fair cool taupe, instead of the Solace medium cool taupe. But I can definitely make the medium, the Solace work. But looking at it, you know, I've learned that I need to go lighter, especially with my contour. I need to go lighter. That's been a bad habit of mine. So, you know, you live and you learn, but, you know, I don't think I'll exchange it. I'll use this up, and then if I repurchase, I'll purchase it. But I do like the Mellow, and I honestly think the Mellow is probably the shade I would use anyway. So I might even never need that other one. So let's go ahead and try it on. Okay, so I put my hair back a little bit, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on Mellow, which is the light shade on this side, and then I'm gonna go in on this side and put Solace, just so you can see also how I blend it out. And I am going to apply it directly. Now I don't necessarily do that when I'm applying on, you know, every day. Also, I don't really contour that much. I usually only contour when I'm on camera. But I will also, I use my Anissa brush. This is the Crescent contour brush. This is my favorite. If I'm going to contour, this is my favorite because of the curves. I just love it. So this is I highly recommend it. So again, this is the shade Mellow, and this is described as a weightless, let's say weightless, easy to blend liquid contour, and I'll get into the description in a second. So again, if you're critiquing my application, yes, I am playing with better application methods, and I am going to try and learn a little bit better. I've been watching some more TikToks. Now that TikTok is back, at least for 90 days, I've been trying to learn a little bit more on better techniques. So please, you know, if you want to critique my application, go for it, because I'm probably doing it not the best way. But that is Mellow, and this is the the cool brown. Okay, next up is Solace, and this is for the medium skin tones. This is the cool taupe. And again, I probably should have gone with Gentle because that is pretty dark. Now, when I have a spray tan, this will probably be a little bit better for me. And this is probably one I can also use on camera, because on camera I tend to go a little bit deeper because of the lights. So I am trying to put this out, but yeah, you can see it's a little bit harder to blend out. So I'm gonna take some of the product off my hand and then put on here. But yeah, it's not that it's not easy to blend out, it's just that it's probably a little too deep for me. So it's one that I can definitely do some underpainting with, but it's not a bad shade. It's a little too dark for me, especially for every day. So, but you can see the comparison. So this is Mellow, the light, which is described as a cool brown. And then this is Solace, which is the medium cool taupe. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a little bit on my forehead just so that you can kind of see better. And then it would be easy to do the nose. I'm not gonna do the nose right now because it's really hard to do on camera, and it always comes out really bad and crooked. So, but I think that applicator is better for if you are someone that likes to do the nose. I do think it is better for the nose. I really don't do the nose too often. So that is, again, this is the shade Mellow, which is the light cool brown. And then this is Solace. Now I'm just gonna do one dot because it is so deep, and I'm gonna just try and blend it out better. Again, so if you get a shade that's too dark, I think it's almost better to get a shade that's too light and you can build it. I do think that these are buildable formulas. Some aren't. I think that this one is, because I remember from the blush, it's very similar to the blush, very, very buildable. So I think it's almost better if you get a shade that's a little light than too dark. So, but yeah, you can see that one, you can see it more. I can blend it out. I'll probably blend it out in a second with my foundation, with my damp sponge from my foundation, just to kind of even it out. But again, this is the medium Solace. This is the light Mellow. Now, as promised, I did do some swatch comparisons outside with the other two liquid contours that I have. So again, so here from left to right. So from left to right, you have the two Rare Beauties. So the first one is Mellow, which is the light one, and then the second one is Solace, which is the medium. Then the next three, the three in the middle, are the ones from Charlotte Tilbury. So we have Fair, which is the first one. I think Fair and Mellow are very, very close in shade. I think Mellow is maybe a tad bit lighter, but I think they're very close. Then you have the Fair Medium in the middle. That is the original shade, the original lightest shade from Charlotte Tilbury. I think that is very close, maybe a tad bit lighter than the Solace from Rare Beauty. So, but it is, that one is also very old, so it could just be watered down. And then the third shade is the new medium. And as you can see, this one has a little bit more warmth to it. So this is the new medium shade from Charlotte Tilbury. And so then the next two are the ones from Tarte. That's the Sculpt Tape. The first one is the soft bronze, and the second one is the cool bronze. They're very, very close in shade. And as you can see, they have a little bit of a shimmer to them. I won't say it's like a little bit of a glowy finish, a little bit of a shimmer to them as compared to the other two. As far as dry down, Charlotte Tilbury beat all three. Charlotte Tilbury beat all three and was definitely the hardest one to get off, followed closely by the Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty did come off easier, but not nearly as easy as the one to Tarte Sculpt Tape. So, but honestly, I love the Charlotte Tilbury wands, but I love the applicator of this one. So I think when I'm like reaching for it, or when I'm going on vacation, I'm gonna reach for this one. I'm gonna take this one because the Charlotte Tilbury, this will, like, in my bag will like make it, even if it's closed, it can, you can squirt everywhere. So this is just kind of safer to travel with too. It's a little bit bigger. Well, it's actually quite a bit bigger, but it's easier to travel with too. So, but as far as dry down and being like more waterproof, the Charlotte Tilbury is going to be better on that one. Okay, so next up we have the new High Blush Cheek Duo from Natasha Denona. Now these are $42. There's only 6 shades, but they each comes with 2. And first of all, that's pretty pricey, especially for a blush, but you are getting 2 blushes. I love a cream blush. These are pretty fabulous. I am going to say they're pretty fabulous. I did not purchase, I did receive the one shade. I did get it in advance, so I knew what shade I was getting, and I almost purchased another shade, but the video had to go up the day that it was released, so if I could have gotten another shade and done like the video with 2 different shades, I would have purchased another shade. But I'm kind of trying to get out of doing that, honestly, to just budget better and be more cost effective with my channel. But my video had to go up the day it was released, and I decided, you know what, I want to try it and see how it is, and then I don't really need any more blushes right now. With that said, I will probably eventually buy another shade. I just don't know which shade. This is not the shade I would have chosen. However, I do really like it. So first of all, there's 2 shades. So it is a matte shade and a kind of a highlighter shade. Now, this one is the deepest one that has the highlighter. So this is not a highlighter for me. Some of them can be a highlighter, a blush topper. This is definitely a blush topper, or could even be a blush for me. This is kind of like a pinkasm. So this is the shade Flirty Flush, which is a golden pink and a coral. So this is the golden pink and this is a coral. This is very, very close to pinkasm, and I could probably even compare it. But so what I like about it is there's two ways to wear it. So the first way to wear it is to put the matte on and then put this kind of like on top as a highlighter, but as a blush topper. So you kind of layer it. The other way to wear it is just to kind of mix the two together and make a semi-glowy blush. So here are the swatches that I did in natural light. So you see here is the, first of all, the coral, the matte shade. Then you have the shimmer shade, and then you have the two shades mixed together. So there you have the two shades mixed together. That's what I really like. And when I did the little reel or the little short or whatever, I'll post it up here or it'll be down below. You can see that the mixture is, I really liked how that came out. I actually liked it both ways, but I think with this particular one, I liked it mixed. I think maybe if it were one that's a little bit more lighter, the one I really like is Simply Shy. That one I think I would probably like maybe doing the layering. So I think it just depends, but I did like it both ways. They applied beautifully. They applied beautifully. This one is really, really deep for me. I can definitely make it work, but I probably would have gone a lighter shade, but it's still, I think they're made that they're all can kind of be used for all different types of skin tones. So here are the 6 shades that they have. So the first one is Sweet Cheeks. It's an icy pastel pink and a baby pink. Then Simply Shy, which is a icy light pink and a light dusty coral. That's the one I really like. Then the second one I like is the Fresh Mauve, which is a glowy nude and a mauve. The one I have is Flirty Flush, which is a golden pink and coral. Flustered, which is an icy pink and pomegranate. And then finally there's Vamped, which is an icy peach and mahogany. That last one I think is stunning, and I would almost like, can I make that one work? Probably could, but it would be one that I probably wouldn't reach for. It wouldn't be very cost effective. So if I were to purchase on my own, I would have probably purchased Simply Shy and Fresh Mauve. Those are the two that I would have kind of gravitated for. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I wanna go in store and swatch them and kind of try them on. And I will probably wait for a sale at $42. I'm gonna wait for a sale if and when I do purchase them because of $42. I do get a promo code on Natasha Denona, so that is Shannon, so that can save you 15% just on any order on Natasha Denona, so try that. But again, I might just wait for a sale because even 15%, that's going to save me $6, so that will bring it down to at least 36. So that's a little bit better, but we'll see. But I want to get probably at least one other shade, and I want to get something that's different than this one. So now I did want to compare it also to the Berry Pop Cheek Trio, which I just got. I got this in, I mentioned this, I got this in the Trend Mood box, and then I also had purchased this. I got this in my beauty list. So one of these, an unused one, will be going in my giveaway that's going to be coming hopefully soon. It is coming, but there will be one in here. So these are a very, very different formula. This is a powder, and then these two are just very different. I compared the ingredients, completely different formula. Now for colors, if you have this Berry Pop Trio, it's very similar. So here are the swatches. This is just the swatches of the Flirty Flush. You'll see the coral is the first one, the golden pink is the second one, and then the other three shades are the Berry Pop Cheek Trio. It's not, I mean, it's a berry, but they're very close, and I don't know how different they're gonna be on the cheek. So the two shades are very, very close. Like one's a berry, one's a coral, so the undertone's different, but they are still pretty close. So if you have this one and you're interested in picking up one of the shades, I wouldn't get Flirty Flush. I would try for maybe one of the other shades if you want something different, but the formulas are completely different. Okay, so I'm gonna do exactly what I did in my little short here that I did before, and I'm just going to take the matte shade first, which is the coral, and again, you can see it's a pretty pigmented shade, so I have to kind of go, I tried to go light-handed, but it didn't really work. So I will probably have to blend this out a little bit, but it blends out really nicely. So it does blend out really nicely. even without like going over. I would probably, you know, in real life, I would probably go over with a damp sponge and just, you know, be a little bit more careful, but it does blend out pretty easily, and I can even blend it out even more. Then I'm gonna take just kind of the tip of this side, and I'm gonna take the kind of the top, and I'm gonna go in with the light highlighter shade, which is the golden pink, and I'm just gonna go over like that. So that is the option one way to wear it, which I do like. I think it's really pretty, but because this is like a deeper highlighter, this isn't my favorite way to wear this particular shade. And now on this side, I swirled both shades together. I did take a little bit and put it off on my hand so that I didn't put too much on this side. But this is the way I like wearing this particular shade because it is a little deep for me. Mixing it with the highlighter, one gives me just a little bit of a glow, but then it does make it a little bit lighter. So this is the way I really like wearing it this way. Now again, if I got a lighter shade, I might prefer wearing it deep, you know, different. I like the fact that you have a way to wear it matte. If you just want to wear one of them, you can wear it matte. You can wear a really glowy blush. You can use it as just the highlighter, or you can mix it. So you're kind of getting like 3 products in one, even though there's only 2 shades, you're kind of getting 3 options in one. Okay, and there you can see this side is the kind of deeper side with the 2 layers, and then this one is the one that's kind of mixed together, and then this one had the light contour. I probably should have mixed it done the other way around, but this one had the light contour, this one had the medium contour, though I did go ahead and blend it out a little bit before I put on the blush. So I do really like the blushes. I think they're beautiful. Wayne Goss did a really quick, like less than 2-minute video swatching all the shades on his face. He absolutely loves them too. So I would definitely check that out. I'll post a link in, I'll post it up here, and then I'll post it in the description box below. It's really great to kind of see all 6, and it's really quick. It's a really great way to see them. I think they're beautiful. I think they're beautiful. They are pricey, but again, I don't think that they're not worth the price. So, but it's one of those things where, do you really need it? And that's one of the things that I'm trying to do right now in 2025 is, do I really need it? Do I really want it? So I have the one shade. I got the shade. I'm going to be able to play with the formula. And if I really start to really like the formula, then I will probably purchase another shade. I just want to make sure I get a shade that's different from this one. So I'm leaning toward either the Simply Shy or Fresh Mauve. So one of those two. So anyway, and then the contour I think are great. The contour I think are great. I think if you're looking for waterproof, I would, like, if you're going to be like sweating, if I'm going to be outside and sweating, I'm going to go for my Charlotte Tilbury, to be honest, because that one dries down a little bit better and deeper, and it's harder to get off. So that's the first thing I would say, but these are easier to apply because of the applicator, and I think these are really good, and these are less expensive. So these are $28. So I think these are really great as well. Use my little trick as far as trying to get a coupon code on Rare Beauty. Works. I don't want to say it works every time, but it does work. And then obviously I do have a promo code on Natasha Denona, which is just Shannon. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.